Hello guys, another adventure here. Today we're not doing any biking though, or any riding or anything in the trail. Right here we're at my backyard. Gonna do some gardening. I'm gonna show you my calamansi tree. This is it right here. These are my calamansi tree. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 trees in here for calamansi. The rest is just orange. This one here is a tangerine. It has a fruit already. Just one fruit for the big tree. This one here is lemon. I got a lemongrass there. Another calamansi tree. Calamansi tree. They're blooming, they're healthy. You can tell they're healthy because see the leaves are very green, very thick. The branch are very, it has a little brownish around them. They show that they're very they're growing. They're very much healthy. This one here is another one. That's one of the greenest calamansi right here. And that one is lemon, and this one is sweet potato. So here in Vegas, wonder why this calamansi grow here in Vegas. It's a desert. So here, pretty much just plant them there. I grow them from the seeds. One day my mom brought some calamansi from her friend, and I saved the seeds. And then I planted it, and they grow. I think I had like almost 20 of them. They grow in the seeds, but some of them died, and the few survived. And I put them in a pot, water them, and they start growing. Pretty much every year they grow. First I put them in a little pot. They got bigger. I transferred them to a little bigger pot. And I think the last pot I used is this one here. That one. And after that one, I'm not gonna put them in any bigger pot, so I have to plant them on the ground. Yeah, they like the ground though. They like the soil. So if you see this one right here, it's not that big. So that's the only soil I have. After that one, I transferred them to the ground, and the soil is not that wide. So this one here, if you can see, this one here is just a desert soil or sand, whatever you call it. It's just a regular sand. The guy that built this planter here, I told him to put me a soil so I can plant it, and he told me that this soil here should be okay for citrus or any vegetable. He said, as long as you put a little bit of soil where the tree is, and the root will spread, and they'll adapt for this kind of soil. So it's like a desert soil. So if you have a planter and think about planting it, you don't have to make it all soil. But the strategy of this one is you have to water all of them. This one here, I water them. I water the whole thing. I don't just water under the tree. I don't water them just under the tree. I water the whole thing. So pretty much I wet all of this stuff here. You can see I have mulch. Pretty much they have mulch. The whole planter to keep the moist, stable, especially in the summer. But this one here, I need to add more here. I think I was missing more. See, you can see all the mulch. They're everywhere. That one, they're missing more. So yeah, if you ask me fertilizer, I use just a regular fertilizer for them, for the citrus. Pretty much just like throw them around everywhere. I don't just put it under the tree. Or I see some guys, they dig, right? They dig, they open it, and they put a fertilizer underneath and cover it with a mulch or another ground. But for me, it doesn't. I mean, it makes sense too, but it's not gonna make any difference if you just throw it away like this. See all this fertilizer? You can see those are fertilizer. So the only way that it distribute around the tree is when I water it, I shower it. So when you get wet, all the nutrients goes down, and does the tree absorb the fertilizer. So if you do it that way, and you just water it, should be received by the tree, and they should be okay with it. See, they're blooming here in Vegas. So if you somewhere else, desert, I don't know, in a colder place though. I don't know about like New York or something, if they can survive the strong winter there. But over here, we don't get a lot of weather we have here. I think the lowest temperature we get here is probably like 30, and it's probably just happened once a week in the summer. Pretty much everything goes to 40 and 50. We don't get that much here winter. So it should be okay. But for 4 seasons, these guys hibernate in the winter. So probably water them once in the winter, and that's it. And I never fertilize them in the winter. So if you think about like planting a calamansi or any citrus or lemon, from the seeds, you're gonna be patient with it, because those guys are gonna start fruiting after like probably like 7 to 8 years. In the winter, these guys hibernate, pause the progress of the tree. So when they pause, hibernate, pretty much the growth delayed. So that's why they fruit a little bit in the four season climate. So if you grow them in the Philippines, normally they start fruiting from the seeds at 3 years. They probably have the fruit already. This guy's been here for almost 7 years, probably 8 years next year, and they never fruit. But I have a feeling, 100% feeling, that this year this guy's gonna start fruiting. I guaranteed it. I guarantee this guy's gonna fruit, because they're mature now. They look matured. They're big and they're healthy. So fertilizer. I have a fertilizer here for the citrus. I use this one here, Epsom salt. They love this one. To keep the leaves green, healthy. So this one is for agriculture purpose only. You probably can buy the regular one. It's only $20 on Amazon. This one here at Home Depot is like almost $20. So this is citrus avocado. So yeah, they love this. They have the nitrogen and extended feeding. So if you just throw them around your plants and water them, probably like for my calamansi, I water them every day in the summer, once a day. Because I could water them in the morning, but I don't have time. I work, so when I wake up, I normally just do a shower and eat and go to work. I don't have time to water these guys. I don't have any time, and I don't have any like 10 minutes extra in the morning. So in the summer, I water them once a day when I get back from work. But I make sure I shower them. I make sure I water them, because summer here, 20 here, so these guys get a lot of beat up in the summer, and especially where they at right now, they get a lot of sun here. Pretty much they get like 10 hours of sun in the summer. So but I'm surprisingly, these guys love the sun. So if they get 10 hours of sun in the summer, this guy never like go bad or go weak or show any like dislike to the sun. They bloom actually in the sun. And the only problem I have in the summer is when they have the new bud, when they start branching, the new branch, the new leaves, That's the only thing they get damaged for the sun. This one like curl, it turned to yellow because of the sun. They're too young, and when they get to the like 120, 110, they can't handle it and they pretty much curl. But you don't have to worry. It's all like cosmetic problem. So it's the leaves not gonna go back. It's not gonna go to a healthy one. You can just cut it or let it be. But it's not gonna look good. But it's not gonna affect the tree. It should be okay. That's the only thing I have a problem. As long as you water them, they're fine. They love water too, but don't over water them too, because over watering them. Citrus doesn't like too much water, so they want the water. I mean, they like the ground to be like a little moist and not too wet. But don't worry about over watering it, because they don't really like. You can really have this problem. So as I mentioned, I fertilize them. I just throw the fertilizer here in the ground top. Same thing with Epsom salt, and then water them every day in the summer. I water them probably 3 times in spring and 3 times in the fall. Like where you see it's a little bit dry right now, but underneath that's a little moist. That's moist there. But I haven't watered this one for 3 days, so I'm gonna water them today. So it's already fall here. It's last week of October, so they don't need a lot of water now. If I have mulch there, that one is supposed to be still moist, like this one here. See, it's still moist down there. That's why it's important to have this mulch. It protects the roots and keep your tree happy. And also I put a worm casting this. If you go to like a nursery or Home Depot, ask these guys like if they have a worm casting. There's a little bag. I think I have one here. He has a lot of earthworm eggs and everything. Citrus love earthworms. So I have this bag right here. Yeah, I bought this one at a nursery. Yeah, this is the brand. So pretty much just put like probably like a 4 handful of it. I put a little bit. I put a little bit in under the tree. You don't put the whole thing in a tree. Probably like a few. You can probably put. This is a big bag, right? So you can probably divide this to 4 trees, and you put it around. And it has a lot of worms, eggs in there. So when you put it under the ground, water it, and you get a lot of earthworm growing on your tree. Yeah, so that's it. Fertilize them once every fall and spring, and I fertilize them every month and a half, because the fertilizer I have for the citrus, they don't really like dissolve right away. It takes them forever to dissolve. It takes probably, this depends too how often do you water them. See, I still a lot over there. There's a fertilizer. So if I water that one, nutrients goes down, roots absorb it. So I put it everywhere, not just under the tree. I put it everywhere. So because the roots, they're spread. So they probably have more roots here too. They probably have roots here. So don't just like, I see people just put fertilizer there on the tree and they don't fertilize the whole section or the whole planters. The purpose is to make these planters, all the planters, healthy and have a lot of nutrients. So the roots spread and they absorb it anywhere. Because the roots, normally they follow where the nutrient is. So if you just keep putting the roots, it's gonna be just right there. A little bit goes out. So it's nice to spread out, keep the tree strong. The longer the roots, the healthier and the more secure a tree. So this calamansi here, I plant this one because if I go to Seafood City, this one is very expensive. A bag of this one, it costs you like almost $10, and it's only like 10 of them. Calamansi is like this big. They're like little lime. It's very famous in the Philippines. Filipino eats a lot of. Well, we use a lot of calamansi for pretty much all the cook. I like it for sauce. But then for sauce, marinating stuff, kinilaw. My wife, she makes a lot of good kinilaw. My wife makes a lot of good kinilaw, so we need calamansi. Kinilaw, tuna, those are the best. But you know, calamansi trees, the only thing is they have a lot of thorn though, right here. So you see this thorn. I don't know if you can make a variety of citrus or a calamansi that doesn't have thorn, but I don't think it's gonna be the same. So this is the original calamansi. They never breed, they never crossbreed or anything. They just regular calamansi tree. Is this lemon I have here? They're from Costco. I planted them last year. I planted this one last year, and it's already healthy and blooming. Doesn't have any thorn. No thorn at all. Yeah. So this one here flowered a lot of calamansi. Like they're everywhere. But unfortunately none of those flowers matured and we didn't get any fruits from this one. When that happened, I mean, when he was start fruiting, when he start flowering, his branches are very weak and soft, but he just flowered a lot. At that time I don't really panic it when it lose a lot of the flowers. And same thing with that one too. He has a lot of flowers and he only got one fruit. When that happened, don't worry. Because sometimes plants, they know when to keep the fruits and get matured. If they know they can't handle it and they take a lot of their energy, they pretty much lost those fruits in purpose. They drop it in purpose. So if you have a calamansi or any citrus or lemon, it's very healthy, green like this, on the ground, no yellowish and stuff, and it got a lot of flowers, and unfortunately some of the flowers or fruits didn't mature and you lost it. Don't panic, you're not doing any wrong. Trees knows when to mature it, and you know they're doing it on purpose when that happened. So just keep feeding them, let them grow, let them mature, and next year they're gonna start growing those fruits, and it's gonna double your harvest. Yeah. So we're here in Vegas. These guys doesn't bother the sun. As I mentioned earlier, these guys like exposed to 10 hours of sun every summer, and they don't have any problem. Just as long as you water them, and they're fine. And kind of like neglect it too, because I don't want this guy to be tall like that. See how tall they are now? Supposed to trim it, and I didn't trim them, and pretty much just start growing up like that. So next year they're gonna start fruiting for sure. It's pretty nice to grow them. They're not a lot of work though. If you love planting and growing stuff, I mean, the citrus is one of the easiest way to grow it. Just be careful though, the thorn there. They're very sharp too, the thorn. You can get poked. Sometimes you see them prune them. You can see if you can see a branch just sticking up straight up like that, you have to trim it, cut it. Because it's also, that one takes a lot of their energy too. You can see branch from like under the tree, and it will grow straight up. That's the one that you don't want it. You can cut it, trim it, and you know, if you want your tree to grow, you can probably do it, but it helps them for fruiting too. So if your citrus is green like this, that means healthy. But if you see a citrus yellowish, like this one here, you might gonna think that it's starving and need more fertilizer. But this one is not. It's just a little sun damage right here. Because if you can tell, if the fruit is starving, pretty much 90% or probably 80% of these leaves are yellowish. So if you don't see that one, you only see like a few, 10% yellowish. Tree is fine, just a sun damage, or it's just natural. Because this tree here has been healthy, but for some reason he has some yellowish leaves. See right here. You might gonna say, "Oh, this one's starving because it's yellow." No, it's fine. Yeah, fine. See, healthy. You see how big they are, but no fruit yet. No fruit. But someday, I have one in the front. That one is marketed. So it came from my sister gave it to me. They're air planting it. So very good tree. Here in Vegas, they grow. And the one thing I had regretted too, when we make this planter, I should just extended it to up here. Should be okay. Because I realized this one is not wide enough for them. So you can see they're pretty close in the wall. They're pretty close, so that's the only thing I regretted. I wish I just moved it a little bit 2 more feet wider here, so they can plant it right here in the middle. And it should be okay for them, but mistake. Yeah. Very healthy. So remember, water, fertilize them, and that's the only thing they need. Trim them. Yeah, that one too. Make sure you trim them. Those branch. See, I got one sticking up there. I want to cut that one because they keep growing up. It's gonna keep growing up. Calamansi, this one here. See, this one's yellow. So this calamansi is pretty much out of nutrients. Feeding it, keep putting a lot of fertilizer there, Epsom salt. He has his own irrigation too. But the only thing I don't really like water this one because he has his own irrigation. So I need to like irrigate it so it can balance the fertilizer to go down. So this is the one I'm telling you that this one's starving. But whatever I do in this one, I don't know how many I'm taking care of this so much, but still starving. Marketed. So this one has already gave me like at least 30 fruits already this year, and it's gonna start flowering again on spring. But I need to fix this one because it's yellowish. My biggest problem is because I planted here next to this tree right here. This is a Bradford tree. So all of these nutrients, this area for itself. So it's taking over this calamansi nutrients, and he's taking it for his own. So whatever I do, it's not gonna do. That's the big mistake. I don't have any place to put it in. But so if it start growing like tall branches, I don't cut it. Probably just gonna trim it when this high right here. But I'm not gonna let it grow. But I want this tree to grow. But it's gonna take a while because this is marketed. So this one's starving. I need to fix it. Am I gonna put more fertilizer? Maybe gonna shower it. Maybe I'm gonna water it around more so we can have a balance nutrients from the fertilizer. This one I have to plant. I have to put a fertilizer under this rock here. So I have to move all these rocks around and start putting fertilizer. There's more work for this one because I just don't want to just throw the fertilizer in this rock. I mean, it's probably the same, but sometimes it stains the rock too. So there's the lemongrass here. Lemongrass blooming outside. This one probably needs a lot of water. This lemongrass, you don't need to taking care of it a lot, but you need to water a lot too, because they need a lot of water for lemongrass. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the trail.